The residents of Springfield gathered at church for service. Just then, a beam of light shone down on Old Abe. Old Abe stood up and suddenly cried out. He declared that a disaster was about to strike. Lisa told Homer to do something about it. Homer was freaking out too. Left with no choice, Homer quickly rushed Old Abe out of there. On the way home, Homer brushed off what Old Abe had said. He even took Bart to a restaurant for a meal. But right then, Homer was drawn to a pig. The pig broke free from its restraints and came up to Homer. Homer decided right then and there to take the pig home. He took care of the pig with great attention. Bart witnessed everything. He compared himself to the Flanders kids next door. This made him feel hurt.
Who's a good pig?
So Bart grabbed his slingshot and decided to get back at Homer. That's when Flanders stopped Bart. Flanders comforted Bart and invited him to go fishing. Bart agreed. The next day, they went to the lake. Bart's fishing rod started tugging, but since Bart was too small and weak, the fishing rod fell into the lake. Bart immediately had muscle memory of being choked, but Flanders didn't scold Bart. Instead, he gently patted Bart on the back to encourage him. This made Bart feel fatherly love. Just then, a foul smell came from the lake. People were dumping garbage into the lake carelessly. This made Lisa realize how serious the problem was. She started going door to door promoting environmental protection, but she kept getting rejected by people. Lisa asked the mayor to call a meeting. She used data to show the current pollution level of the lake, but the residents still didn't take the lake pollution seriously. Lisa revealed that she had already switched the water everyone was drinking to lake water. So for everyone's health, they decided to clean up the garbage in the lake together. To protect the lake from pollution, the mayor even built a protective barrier. Meanwhile, Homer collected all the pig's manure. He planned to take it to the waste disposal station for recycling, but then Homer got a call that the donut shop was having a promotion. So Homer immediately drove to the lake. He ignored the warning and dumped the pig manure into the lake. Homer saw this and left right away. Just then, a squirrel being chased jumped into the lake, but after a while the squirrel actually mutated. Flanders and Homer happened to run into this mutant creature. The EPA saw this and took the creature away. When the EPA director saw it, he realized that Springfield's environment had been severely polluted, so he decided to isolate the source of pollution. Soon, Springfield was shrouded in shadow. Hundreds of helicopters arrived carrying a glass dome. They cut through the mountains and completely sealed off Springfield. Old Abe's prophecy had actually come true. As the helicopters withdrew, people fell into complete despair. The chief called in special forces to try to shoot through the glass, but unexpectedly, all the bullets bounced back at them. Then the EPA director said Springfield's pollution was severe, so they had no choice but to seal them under the dome. But Lisa said they were already protecting the lake.
Heck natural.
When Marge sighed about everything that had happened, she discovered that Maggie was trapped outside the dome. Marge quickly called for Homer, but she found that Maggie was gone.
Alright, she's right here.
Homer comforted Marge not to panic. Marge had no choice but to leave. To find the culprit who polluted the environment, they made a major discovery in the lake. Everyone finally learned that it was all caused by Homer. Then Homer noticed flames outside the window. It turned out everyone was holding torches and had decided to take revenge on Homer. They surrounded the Simpson family. Lisa never expected that all this was caused by Homer. Seeing everyone about to break down the door, the Simpsons quickly decided to drive away. But Marge remembered she forgot something. She rushed to the kitchen despite the danger. After grabbing a booklet, she left. It turned out to be their wedding video. Just when Homer started the vehicle thinking they had escaped successfully, everyone lifted the Simpsons up. They had prepared hanging nooses for them.